When I picked up this game for review, I wasn't sure if I'd be able to prevent nostalgia from getting in the way of my ability to fairly score it. After about 30 minutes with the game, however, I knew that nostalgia or not, this was a great game. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer not only holds up ridiculously well, it might possibly be one of the greatest racing games of all time. Don't agree with me? That's fine. I've got sales numbers on my side. This game holds the Guinness World Record as the best-selling sci-fi racing game of all time, with worldwide sales of 3.12 million copies. Suck on that, F-Zero. I kid. You know I love you, Captain Falcon. But seriously though, this game, similarly to F-Zero, has one goal in mind: a strong sense of speed. According to John Knowles, the lead guy behind this game, they wanted to make it feel like an eyeball-peeling racing game where you're going so fast, you're just nervous. And man, did they deliver. Often while playing this, my palms were sweaty and my adrenaline was pumping, some races coming down to the wire as I was neck and neck and forced to choose whether or not I wanted to risk it all by using my boosters and potentially stealing first place, but also possibly brushing a wall, losing a pod engine, and spiraling out of control. So with that picture painted, I can assure you the gameplay is just amazing, offering about every possible variation of control through the ability to customize your racer. And I'm not just talking about the common tropes in racing game design. You know, the sleek models that can cut corners without losing much speed, and the bulky models that top out on the straightaways but lumber through windy areas. No, you can pick whatever size racer you want and fully customize it through buying the parts you need to make it move however you want it to. And in the story mode, they even let you change out vehicles as often as you want so you never get stuck with a certain set of base stats. So let's say you just came off a few tracks that were pretty open while using a bigger pod racer, and now you're having trouble with a track that has tight corridors. You can swap out for a smaller racer or adjust the parts to create a better suited feel and controls. That's just really thoughtful design for a game like this. And the story mode, or tournament mode I should actually say, takes you through 4 different circuits, unlocking 25 tracks on 8 unique planets, all based in the Star Wars universe, of course. Each and every track is very well designed and perfect for the physics of the game, and the difficulty smoothly increases throughout, requiring you to not only gradually sharpen your reaction time and steering skills, but also learn to swap out parts for certain situations. The graphics are crisp and look very polished for a 3D racer of that time, especially if you compare it side by side with some of the other games in the genre made for the very same platform. You get truly realistic visuals with the exhaust of the pod engines, the shifting shadows under the vehicles, and the landscapes being thoughtfully designed with great detail put into not only the tracks themselves, but also the backgrounds as well. Tournament mode is where the bulk of the game lies, as it's where you'll unlock tracks and extra pod races through progression. You'll also spend a bit of time in Watto's shop, and he's got some pretty funny voiceover work. One minute he's ranting about Outlanders being in his shop, and then he has these weird lines like this.
Have you seen my chance cube?
I can't tell if he lost it and he's asking me if I've seen it around, or if he's literally asking me if I've had the liberty of checking out his chance cube, which is a pretty odd thing to just randomly say to a browsing customer, but whatever. What's really odd is that they'd choose to even bring up that blunderous thing from a scene that'd be better forgotten anyway. I mean, Watto is supposed to be a smart guy, so smart in fact that Jedi mind tricks don't even work on him. So you'd think in the film, he'd be aware of the Jedi's ability to move things with their thoughts and not even try using the cube. And Qui-Gon even waves his hand like, come on Watto, what are you doing? Okay, but anyway, so outside of tournament mode, you'll be able to enjoy the things you've unlocked in the 2 other modes, free play mode and time trial mode, both of which can be really fun and add a lot of replay value to the game. They also allow you to test out and learn how to use different pod racers with different stat builds. The game of course offers a 2-player split screen mode as well, and each player can load up his or her own racers from their own respective memory cards placed in their controllers. But as I'm sure you guys can tell just by watching the gameplay footage I've put together, not to mention the way I've spoken about the game thus far, you can see that Episode 1 Racer is a great racing title, not just for the N64, but in general. The graphics and gameplay hold up amazingly well. the controls being some of the best ever for a racing game of this nature. The music is all great, as you can hear, it comes straight from the movie, so gotta give John Williams a shout out. And the game features voice acting from people who were in the actual movie. Jake Lloyd actually helped promote this game at E3 in 1999, believe it or not. But considering how well this game sold, I'm sure that if you're of a certain age, you've already had some kind of contact with this game in the past. And if so, I'm just here to tell you that if you have fond memories of it, your memory is serving you well because this game is amazing. From a movie that may not have turned out to be so hot among the hardcore Star Wars fans, this game takes the best part of the film, possibly the only good part according to some, and replicates it beautifully. If you ask me, it's a must-have for your N64 collection. If you've played it before, you'll have a good time reliving some great memories, and if you haven't played it, I guarantee you'll have a blast. Pod racing is just so much fun. In fact, you know what would have made The Force Awakens better? Pod racing. 2 hours of pod racing. Did Sebulba just flash me with his vents? What the f?